Why the way we do things followed by something that we are not sure of? This civilization that we are passing through, will it help us to overcome the problems that we face? Problem of environmental crisis, problems of extreme wealth concentration, problem of massive unemployment? My answer is always no. This civilization will continue to make it worse and worse. I even dare to say this is a self-destructive civilization. We have no escape. We have to build a new civilization as soon as possible. Abandon the civilization that we are passing through and move on to create a new civilization. And I ask myself, what will be the future of that civilization? The answer to me is very clear. That civilization must know that there is no environmental hazard left anymore. And that can be done with just creating a financial system, creating an economic system which doesn't depend on creating carbon emission. Carbon emission is going to kill us, so we have to get rid of carbon emission. We have to make sure there is no wealth concentration. We have to make sure there is no unemployment. So I come up with a simple formula by saying we have to create a civilization of 3 zeros. 0 net carbon emission, 0 wealth concentration, and 0 unemployment. Sounds very reasonable, but to work it out, you have to abandon the old thinking process. You have to create a world where each human being will be given an opportunity not only to express his selfish interest, also selfless interest, and create not only money-making business, create business to solve problem without any intention of making money yourself. We call it social business. So we have a series of ideas how to create this new civilization. And now I pass it on to the young people between age of 12 to 35 to create what we call 3-0 clubs. 5 young people get together, create a small, tiny club, 3-0 club. What do? Each person, each member of the club commits to undertake a new journey of life. I shall not contribute to global warming myself. I'm not saying the whole world should do that. I'm saying to myself, I do not want to contribute to carbon emission. How? If I do it now, 7 days a week, I promise to do it 6 days a week. If I achieve 6 days a week, I want to do it 5 days a week. If I achieve 5 days a week, gradually 2 days a week, 1 day a week, and nothing. So I become a 3-0 person. Idea is if I can become a 3-0 person, you can become a 3-0 person, world would be a 3-0 world. That's a simple idea. And I'm amazed by the response I get from the young people all around the world. They keep on adding numbers, 3-0 clubs. I hope you'll consider examining whether you'd like to form your 3-0 club and create a new civilization, which you'll be proud of. This is an imagination.
Step into a world of thoughtful consideration. Get offers on select models at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
Lease the 2025 ES350 for $460.
感谢 尤诺斯教授的精彩演讲。教授用他一生的实践告诉我们，真正的社会变革源自于对人的尊重和对社会的关怀，以及不断创新、突破自我的勇气和智慧。下面一个环节是在场的师生和尤努斯教授进行互动交流，请同学们举手提问。在提问之前先做一下自我介绍。好，我们先请右边中间的那位同学提问。
尤努斯教授你好，我叫刘方正，是一名来自国家发展研究院的博士生。我的问题是，您觉得如今的小额信贷模式如何能够在享受到金融科技发展和数字支付普及的红利的同时，避免过度商业化侵蚀其社会使命呢？谢谢。
Well, you have answered the question yourself. It's a financial system. Financial system, no matter what technology you use, you are bringing finance to a person. Purpose you are supporting. All we are saying, it should be inclusive of the bottommost person. If you're using technology to use the facility to bring financial services, don't forget the person at the very bottom. Give the same service. The problem is not the technology. Problem is, what is your purpose of doing that? Business purpose is always to maximize profit. And once you adopt that maximization principle, you move to the top. You want the biggest guy who wants the biggest amount of money so that you can earn biggest revenue and biggest profit. So you ignore the little guy. It's uninteresting for you. So it's like to redesign your thinking process. Technology is fine, but use the technology to bring microcredit in the technology that you are using to reach out to the richest people. If you redesign it only for repurposing purposes, then the problem is solved. As I said, all human beings are created as entrepreneurs, not job seekers. So you are serving a methodology which will bring the finance in the control of each person so that he or she can transform himself and herself as entrepreneurs. That's the only difference we have to make in our thinking process. Thank you.
谢谢教授。
谢谢。下面一位同学，请左边靠前的那位同学。
মাননীয় প্রধান উপদেষ্টা আসসালামু আলাইকুম এবং সবাইকে উপস্থিত সবাইকে আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আমি ডক্টর নাজমুস সাকিব, চীনে 15 বছর যাবত বসবাস করছি এবং পিকিং ইউনিভার্সিটির PhD candidate. A very good morning to all of you, and I would like to thank Peking University for organizing this kind of event where I can be part of, and I can learn a lot from our advisor and also Nobel laureate, Professor Dr. Mohammad Yunus. And as a Bangladeshi medical student passionate about sustainable development, I have a question that how can students in fields like medicine contribute to shared goals such as climate resilient public health systems? Thank you.
Thank you. You hit a big point. Today, health service in the world is most needed and most unattended service. Health service again is driven by mostly profit motivation. There are many government operated systems around the world. In most of the countries, government operated health services really do not function. Again, missing the people. So we are caught in between. Either it is profit maximizers who comes to you to sell health service and charge you enormous money, or government service. They promise us lots of things on paper, but actually people don't get the service. So there we say the solution is how to transform health services as a social business. It's a tremendous opportunity for every young person. No matter what discipline you are learning now, if you can bring health service to people, in a sustainable way, without any intention of making personal money, the whole transformation will take place. And then, because you are born in this generation, you have the technology in your hand, massive technology. You can play wonders with this technology to bring health services to the poorest person, most latest cure for health problems as a social business. So we have been trying this in our own way in Bangladesh and other countries as a social business solution to health services, but it needs all your talent. You come here to study in Peking University. You are very talented people. You are the leaders of the world. You are the one who will change the world if the thinking is right. If the thinking is a conventional thinking, you will only encourage the same old thing to continue. So I urge you, think different. Think about the purpose of your life. What is it that you are going to accomplish in your life? And stay on your course. You can do it. So health service is very important. Along with that, I should mention quickly, because it's a very sensitive issue for me, because I keep talking about it all the time. Pharmaceutical companies. Pharmaceutical companies kind of feel so delighted to make tons and tons of money. For a penny worth of medicine, they will charge you $1 and make money because they have the patent right. You need the medicine. You have to pay for it. It looks very small, but for him, it's 1 cent versus $1. Make tons of money. And it became very vivid during the COVID-19 period. Vaccine. We said vaccine should not have patent right. We campaigned for the whole world to remove the patent right from the vaccine. But the business people mobilized their governments to make sure patent stays and patent stayed. Only the rich people got the vaccine. Rich countries got the vaccine. Poor countries, poor people never had it because it's too expensive, because they want to make tons of money out of the scare of death for the people. So that's not the kind of civilization we want to belong to. We want to build a civilization which cares for people, not take as an opportunity to make money for themselves. Thank you.
Thank you.
谢谢教授。由于时间关系呢，我们最后一个问题，请中间靠左的那位女士。
Assalamualaikum Professor Yunus, Syukur Syakal. Amar nam Chen Yutong, ami Dokin Asia Bipaket Chatri. Abnar Shapete Kakore, ami Kukushi. The question I would like to ask is that during the era of globalization, what is your ideal model of education? And what kinds of cooperation do you assume that China and Bangladesh will be able to develop in the future? Thank you very much. Onek Dhonobad.
Yes, education is the key. That's why I always come back to the education as the key. There I am reborn because I see things in a different way. I'm not interested in making money. I'm not interested in doing something which will perpetuate the same old system. I challenge. University is a place to challenge everything. And that's the way we proceed. We are not bounded by the old ideas and old thinking, old practices. We are free. So that's why education is the core. And today technology makes it very easy to reach out to every single person with education of any kind that you want. Which kind will you want? That's a key issue. So the key issue for education, first part of the education, I feel very strongly when you go from the bottom classes, in the first time you go to the school, academic system will raise a question with you all the time. What is the purpose of your life? You define yourself. Teachers cannot help you. Okay, teachers can tell you how did they do it, and what is it that you want. So along the way, when you learn your math, you learn your language, you learn your geography, you continue to think, what is the purpose of my life? Because today we have education, but not the purpose of life. Unnoticed purpose of life, you pick it up. We have to be rich, we have to have a big villa or big cars or something. That could not be possible. Human life is a very precious process. It's a unique process. Each individual is a unique person. A person who will not be repeated in the entire history of the world. You are so unique. So that uniqueness of you must be expressed by uniqueness of your thinking. And what is your thinking about yourself? You have the power to change the world. Each one single individual has the power to change the world. Are you going to use that power? If you don't use it, it will be wasted away. It will never happen because you are a unique person. Not somebody else will be doing exactly the same thing that you are thinking about. So don't waste that time. That's the education system that we are looking for. Thank you.
धन्यवाद.
感谢尤努斯教授的回应。尤努斯教授的实践不仅为全球减贫事业提供了宝贵经验，也为中孟两国在可持续发展领域的合作开辟了新的路径。我们期待以此次活动为契机，激励在场的听众和北大师生们志存高远，砥砺奋斗，共同为人类社会的进步与发展做出积极的贡献。接下来，我们有请何光彩书记代表北京大学向尤努斯教授赠送纪念品大学堂牌匾。我们也请何书记、龚校长与教授合影。尊敬的各位来宾、老师们、同学们，演讲会到此结束，感谢各位的出席，谢谢大家。